Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, February the 4th. Margaret Lloyd here with Eternal Shift, New Life Ahead. Let's see what we can get going today. So today we're going to talk about 4 healthy ways to start letting go. We gotta let go of this shit. We really do. We gotta let go of this stuff that's hanging in our heads. So let's see how can we do this. I know one way that I do is I listen to different podcasts and you're listening to one now, but I listen to a lot of different podcasts. I listen to Eckhart Tolle. I listen to Mel Robbins. I listen to Buddha Wisdom. They all keep my head in a good place. On the average day, happiness is letting go of what you assume life is supposed to be like. And nobody knows really what life is supposed to be like. We know what we would like it to be like, but who knows what it's supposed to be like? Nobody knows. Just the man upstairs, that he puts it all together. And sincerely appreciating it for everything it is. And I do. I appreciate every single day I wake up. I thank God. I thank the universe. I thank the world for waking me up for another day that I'm going to make better. Over the past, and this is again from MARC and Angel, over the past 15 years, as Angel and I have gradually worked with hundreds of our course students, coaching clients, and live event attendees, we've come to understand that the root cause of most human stress is simply our stubborn propensity to hold on to things. And we do. And I know I do. If you were to look at the rest of this room, oh my God, the crap that's, yeah. Yeah, I moved my office yesterday from the front room to my bedroom. Up until last night, I was sharing my bedroom with my 97-year-old mother that had been recovering from COVID. And we finally decided that it was time for her to go back to her room. And we transferred all her stuff to her room, and I'm back in my room where I can rest, work, and play. Absolutely. In a nutshell, we hold on tight to the hope that things will go exactly as we imagine, and then we complicate our lives to no end when they don't. For example, there are a number of times when our minds cling to unhelpful ideals. Life isn't supposed to be this way. I need to be different. There's only one thing I want. I can't be happy without it. I'm absolutely right. The other person is absolutely wrong. Those are not good ways to think. This person should love me, and I want to be with me. You can't make a person love you. I should not be alone. I should not be overweight. I should not be exactly how I am right now. It's not going to happen. In all of these common examples, the mind holds on tight to something an ideal that isn't real. After a while, tongue-tied, the inevitable happens. Lots of unnecessary stress. What Snickers? Drop it. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Okay, she didn't want to. She wants to play, but she doesn't want to let go. So, the inevitable happens. Lots of unnecessary stress, anxiety, unhappiness, self-righteousness, self-hate, depressive emotions ensue. So how can we stop holding on so tight? By realizing there's almost nothing to hold on to in the first place. Thank you. Leave. Leave. Leave if you want Mommy to play with Sonic. Ever seen anything cuter? She just loves him to pieces. Most of the things we desperately try to hold on to as if they're real, certain, solid, everlasting fixtures in our lives aren't really there. Or if they are there in some form, they're changing, fluid, impermanent, or at least partially imagined in our minds. Life gets a lot easier to deal with when we remind ourselves of this and live accordingly. Let's start today by practicing. Practice letting everything breathe. How do you do that? How do you let everything breathe? Does my coffee breathe? I don't know. As you read these words, you're breathing. Stop for a moment and notice this breath. You can control this breath and make it faster or slower, or make it behave as you like, or you can simply let yourself inhale and exhale naturally. There is a peace in just letting your lungs breathe without having to control the situation or do anything about it. Now imagine letting other parts of your body breathe, like your tense shoulders. Just let them be, without having to tense them or control them. Just let them be. Let them be shoulders. Now look around the room you're in. I don't want to. Notice the objects around you. Pick one. Let it breathe. There are likely people in the room with you too, or in the same house or building, or in nearby houses or buildings. Visualize them in your mind and let them breathe. When you let everything and everyone breathe, you just let them be. Just let them. Let them. As Mel Robbins says, just let them be exactly as they are. You don't need to control them, worry about them, change them. You just let them breathe in peace. And you accept them as they are. This is what letting go is all about. It just, it is. That's all it is. Just let it go. It can be a life-changing practice. Practice accepting your present reality, just floating. Imagine you're blindfolded and treading water in the center of a large swimming pool. and you're struggling desperately to grab the edge of the pool that you think is nearby, but really it is not. It's far away. Trying to grab that imaginary edge is stressing you out, tiring you out as you splash around aimlessly trying to hold on to something that isn't there. Now imagine you pause, take a deep breath, and realize there's nothing nearby to hold on, just water around you. You can continue to struggle with grabbing at something that doesn't exist, or you can accept that there's only water around you and relax and float. This is making sense to me. To me, who has been struggling to let go of things. I need to fix this window light. What are you loving on your Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, that's better. Truth be told, inner peace begins the moment you take a new breath and choose not to allow an uncontrollable event to dominate you in the present. That's what I need to learn to do. Bear with me, I've got to take this. Okay, I thought that was a call I needed to take. I do apologize for interrupting our flow with that phone call. All right. So, inner peace begins the moment you take a new breath and choose not to allow an uncontrollable event to dominate you in the present. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become in this moment. Absolutely. Let go, breathe, begin again. Absolutely. And that is exactly what I am doing. And I want you to do that too. I know it's difficult. It's a lot of work. But you know what? It's worth it. It really, really is. I feel so much better now than I did even 2 months ago. It's a lot of work, but it is so worth it. Practice challenging the stories you keep telling yourself. Many of the biggest misunderstandings in life could be avoided if we simply took time to ask, what else could this mean? A wonderful way to do this is by using a reframing tool that we initially picked up from research. So let's see what this reframing tool is. Professor Breen Brown, which we then tailored through our coaching work with students and live event attendees. We call the tool the story I'm telling myself. Although asking the question itself, what else could this mean, can help reframe our thoughts and broaden our perspectives. Using the simple phrase, the story I'm telling myself, as a prefix of troubling thoughts, has undoubtedly created many aha moments for our students and clients in recent times. Here's how it works. The story I'm telling myself can be applied to any difficult life situation or circumstance in which a troubling thought is getting the best of you. For example, perhaps someone you love, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, didn't call you or text you when they said they would. Now an hour has passed and you're feeling upset because you're obviously not a high enough priority for them. When you catch yourself feeling this way, use this phrase. The story I'm telling myself is that they didn't call me because I'm not high enough priority to them. Then ask yourself the question, can I be absolutely certain this story is true? How do I feel and behave when I tell myself this story? You get anxious. You get upset. What's one other possibility that also might make the ending to this story true? Give yourself the space to think it all through carefully. Challenge yourself to think better on a daily basis. I do. I really do. To challenge the stories you subconsciously tell yourself and do a reality check with a more objective mindset. That's great. That's great thought. Absolutely. Practice putting the figurative glass down. 20 years ago, when Angel and I were just undergrads in college, our psychology professor taught us a lesson we've never forgotten. On the last day of class before graduation, she walked up on the stage to teach each one final lesson, which she called a vital lesson on the power of perspective and mindset. As she raised a glass of water over her head, everyone expected her to mention the typical glass half empty, half full metaphor. Instead, with a smile on her face, our professor asked, "How heavy is this glass of water I'm holding?" Students shouted out answers ranging from a couple of ounces to a couple of pounds. Something got in my eyes. After a few moments of fielding answers and nodding her head, she replied, "From my perspective, the absolute weight of this glass is irrelevant. It all depends on how long I hold it. If I hold it for a minute or two, it's fairly light. If I hold it for an hour straight, its weight might make my arm ache. If I hold it for a day straight, my arm will likely cramp up and feel completely numb and paralyzed, forcing me to drop the glass to the floor. In each case, the absolute weight of the glass doesn't change, but the longer I hold it, the heavier it feels to me." As most of us students nodded our head in agreement, she continues, "Your worries, frustrations, disappointments, and stressful thoughts are very much like this glass of water. Think about them for a little while, and nothing drastic happens. But think about them a bit longer, and you begin to feel noticeable pain. Thinking about them all day long, and you will feel completely numb and paralyzed, incapable of doing anything else until you drop them." Oh my God. She is a wonderful professor. I wish I'd heard that a long time ago. And I probably have. Because I may have heard them, but because I didn't read it, it didn't sink in. And that's what I need. That's what I need. I know a lot of my friends like to listen to audiobooks. But I feel like when I listen to audiobooks, I don't retain the information as well as if I read. Even though I was diagnosed as a child with dyslexia and worked through it, I sometimes still have a little bit of issue with that. But I don't, I find that if I listen to something and I read, I comprehend. So if I listen, a lot of my podcasts, especially the Buddhism wisdom podcasts, they speak and they run the words. If I listen and read at the same time, I keep it in and I understand what I read. So if you have trouble comprehending stuff, try that. If you've been struggling to cope with the weight of what's on your mind today, it's a strong sign that it's time to put that figurative glass down. Absolutely. Put it down. Let it go to renew faith in yourself. Let go of the past. Let go of whatever is troubling you. It was in the past. Let it stay there. You don't need it anymore. A big practice of letting go is gradually renewing your own faith in yourself. This renewed faith means finding the willingness to live with uncertainty, to feel your way through each day, to let your intuition guide you like a flashlight in the dark. It's about standing firmly on your own two legs in the presence with present now, without the crutches you've been holding on to, and gradually taking small steps forward. That's exactly what we have to do. You are strong enough to take those steps. I'm strong enough to take those steps with you. You've got this. I've got this. So what if for today you choose to believe that you have enough, you are enough in each and every moment? What if for today you choose to believe that you are strong enough to move forward one step at a time? You want to see a funny dog? I see a funny dog on the bed. Yeah. She's just a funny dog. And she keeps me doing this. She does some funny things every day that keeps me smiling. So if you don't have a dog, and if you can't get one, because they are so much fun. They're icky and slimy, but they're so much fun. So what if for today you choose to accept people exactly as they are and life exactly as it is? Absolutely. What if, as the sun sets on today, you choose to let go and celebrate your daily progress? Absolutely. That's what I'm going to do. And what if tomorrow you choose to do it all over again? Absolutely. Practice making those choices every day. Practice letting go and renewing the faith you once had in both yourself and the world around you. Now it's your turn. Before you go, please be sure to leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this. Your feedback is very important to me. How has holding on too tight affected your life? Let me know. Let me know how these posts are helping you. Because that is my goal in life. My goal in life is to help you. And in helping you, I'm helping me. Because we all need a little bit of help to get through this life. Because let me tell you what, this life is getting scarier and scarier every day. It just, we never know what's going to jump out and mess with our sanity, because that's what it is. Messing with our sanity. You think Hedgehog needs to be down there? Thank you. Leave it. Leave. She's such a silly dog. She's such a good dog. I just love her to pieces. She keeps me happy. But I want you to think about what you learned today, what we learned, because these are all learning experiences for both of us. No. So every day is a new day to learn something better about ourselves and how to help ourselves and how not to offend others. Even though sometimes I like to. Sometimes it's fun, especially if you do it in a joking manner. All things should be done in a kind, compassionate manner. We all need to be compassionate for our fellow man. Be kind, be gentle, be generous. Be mindful. Take care of yourself. You must include self-care in everything you do. Because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. I can't take care of you. I might be able to help you with your mental issues, but I can't reach through and help. What? Okay. You can get him. You can get him. Got stuck on the doorknob. Oh, such fun. Life should be fun. Life, we need to stop taking life so seriously. We really do. Shouldn't be so serious. We shouldn't. Doesn't do you any good. Not at all. But remember, before you leave, please be sure to like, comment, share, super share if you want, or super like, thank yous. Anytime you want to thank me, click that thank you button. It's appreciated. Peace, love, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.